Hello, it's day 216, and I want to talk about the food baseline. When you're a little kid, your parents are the ones making the rules for you about food. They're the ones standing behind you telling you that you can't eat your dessert until you've had dinner. You can't have soda with every meal. You can't have M&Ms for breakfast, it's not good for you. And for this reason alone, I'm a little bit skeptical when people tell me that weight is solely related to genetics, that it's your genetics, that you just got a bad hand and there's nothing you can do about it. And maybe that's true for like 10 or 20 pounds, but not for people who are like 90, 100, or even more pounds overweight. I think it has a lot to do with the nurture aspect of it. How did your parents teach you to eat? Because if you're coming from a family of disordered eaters, you've already got the cards stacked against you. As you become a young adult, you take those rules that your parents have taught you out into the world with you. If your mom always gave you half a cup of mashed potatoes and told you that's a serving, you're going to believe that that's the way things are. You just serve yourself half a cup of mashed potatoes because why would you do anything different? But if she served you a cup or 2 cups or like a whole heaping bowl of mashed potatoes, that's what you're going to consider normal. And you're not going to feel satisfied until you get that so-called normal serving. And I think for me personally, this is part of the reason why I feel so awkward when I'm out eating with people who are of a normal size. Because those people will eat much more controlled portions and they'll seem more satisfied than I feel after eating like huge amounts of food at a buffet, for example. And for this reason alone, I feel like I'm going to have to start making some food rules for myself. I've been trying to do intuitive eating, but I found that my thought process around food is still very chaotic. And while I don't want to take a sharp left turn right back into diet territory, there are things that I've noticed that just don't work for me when it comes to food. For example, because I struggle with binging, I really struggle with snacking. I'm the kind of person who has to have very set, defined meals. In the past, I would have made a diet of 3 meals a day of like very small portions of very healthy food. But nowadays, I'm starting to realize that while I do need to eat meals in a day instead of grazing, it doesn't always have to be 3 meals a day. Some days it can be two, some days it can be five. The meals don't always have to look the same. One meal can be bigger than another. I'm just really mad at my body. I'm mad at the way I was raised. I'm mad at all the time I've wasted. And I'm mad that I feel like I'm constantly fighting the same battle every day over and over. Not even because I have to, but just because I really don't know any other way of doing things. It's part of the reason why I'm excited to talk to the people at the gym about maybe starting something. I don't know. I just am really hoping they don't try to put me on a diet because a diet is going to send me back into binging. And that's really just the way of things. I'm going to have to start challenging some of the food rules I've set up for myself. I'm going to have to start asking if they're actually serving me or if it's just something I'm doing because it's what I've always done.